Squad. There we go. Hit the go live button. Hitting the tweets up. Tweets have been made. Alrighty, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Actually, this is something I haven't done in a while, but you will be able to both see and hear the event as it's happening. I think I should be in the clear as long as this is a reaction stream and I'm not just re-uploading the entire thing, but I am adding my commentary to it. So copyright law is very dated on YouTube, but this should fall under fair use. All hoping. So if Ford says no, okay, I'll learn my lesson and I won't do this again. But yeah, we'll be able to watch it together here, which is kind of cool. And thank you all for joining. First time I catch you live. Oh, hey, Daniel, how's it going? Tony is the Cybertruck squad, I guess. And just for the record, we are live streaming via Starlink. And Starlink is in beta, so there might be occasional little laggy moments, but it's been getting better. It has been improving quite a bit, so I haven't been noticing as many dropouts. If you notice it buffering or freezing for just a second, it should just smoothen itself out within a couple seconds. It's not a huge deal. Yeah, for those who are unaware, oh, of course, just as I say that, that's when Starlink freaks out. Rides Tech says, in French test I have on Friday, I'm watching this. There you go. There's only going to be one single F150 Lightning unveiling in your life. You don't want to miss it. You cannot miss it. Oy. Sorry for Starlink. It always loves to freak out when I go live. Okay. Glad to join you while working. Gotta love having a headset. Oh yeah, headsets are nice. I agree. Stream smooths itself out in a second. How's your Starlink connection? Do you like it so far? I love Starlink. This is pretty much the only use case where Starlink is not exactly as good as my old internet. Is just live streaming. Is just a tad more bumpy. But we're doing FaceTime calls, no problem. We're doing video uploading. I'm watching YouTube all day. We watch movies after work. You know, we've been using it for pretty much everything. So live streaming is just a one use case where it's a little bit bumpy. But apart from that, it's been great, yeah. There is a bit of lag, but it usually smooths itself out. It shouldn't be like that the whole stream. Not impressed with the range of specs. I'm more impressed with the price point. I was not expecting the F150 to be as cheap as it has allegedly ended up being. I believe the leaks that I just posted the EV video on. Similar to the Mustang Mach-E, that leaked like a day before the unveiling, and all of the pictures and all of the specs that everyone thought was going to be, that's pretty much exactly what it ended up being. So I'm pretty convinced that the leaked specs are legit. But I also saw some people commenting on that video that, you know, it makes sense for Ford to reserve their higher range, higher towing capacity vehicles for their gas alternatives, you know, because Ford's not going to be able to convert their entire F-150 lineup over to electric at one time. There's not enough batteries for that. In fact, I think they're cutting off F-150 production right now because of the chip shortage. So there's definitely not enough batteries in the world for them to convert all of the lineup over to electric right away, which does mean as little as I like it and as much as I don't care, Ford is going to still be selling some gas trucks for a few more years. And they figured that, hey, we've got a lot of gas trucks with very high range that go well into the $80,000 price range that have insane towing capacity and extended bed options and all that. So if we're going to have an electric option, we want it to be competitive with other EVs on the market. So they decided to price it pretty dang low. I think undercutting a lot of people's expectations. And based on how the Mach-E launch went, I'm predicting that they actually will bring that $40,000 F-150 all-electric to market, whereas the $40,000 Cybertruck, I have more doubts on that actually hitting the market. Maybe Tesla launching it briefly and then taking it off the store and deciding that the dual motor and tri-motor are what most people want anyway, so we're just going to leave those up. Similar to how they scrapped the standard range Y after announcing it briefly. But the Ford F-150, I could see them keeping that one around. So the event is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, which means we have 5 minutes from now. I don't know where you are in the world, but we have 5 minutes and then the event will begin, and you should be able to hear and see it with me. Hopefully Ford does not get mad at me. But it's an advertisement. Ford, I'm not. You're not even paying me, and I'm helping hype up your product and tell people why I think it's a good deal. Don't get mad. Ford should be thankful. I hope they don't get mad at me. Hopefully, they keep manufacturing here in the States instead of deferring to Mexico like they did with the Mach-E. Yeah, I believe that's what the president was visiting. Wasn't he visiting a factory they were planning on building the Lightning at? The most important thing is, will it deflect a steel ball? No, Alpha. I'm guessing no. I think the F-150 Lightning is going for not too many bells and whistles. It's obviously a very traditional-looking pickup truck. I mean, I can show you the leaked pictures that Sawyer Merritt tweeted out. We can already... Okay, live reaction. Here we go. There it is. Okay, we get it. It's a very traditional-looking pickup truck. It's not meant to be drastic, redesign. It's not meant to be terribly different from what pickup trucks already are. But Ford just went all in on the value proposition, trying to make this as affordable as possible so that it doesn't necessarily... It's not like the electric F-150 is trying to kill off all of their gas sales, although I do think that the F-150 Lightning will probably eat up a bunch of them, especially for people that don't plan on towing that far or driving that far. That's the big compromise Ford made here, right? Like the range on the F-150 Lightning obviously is not very good, and Tesla is kind of the go-to standard for all electric vehicle specs. So Cybertruck, you just can't beat it. For the price, the unveiled pricing and the unveiled specifications, yeah, the F-150 Lightning is not touching that. But what it is doing is providing an alternative for someone who finds the Cybertruck a little bit too futuristic, or someone who's not really in love with that design and they want something that fits into their everyday life a lot better. Because they're used to having a traditional pickup truck, and that's what they're comfortable with. But all of the leaked pictures and videos we've seen of the F-150 have not shown much of the bed or from the back. So that's kind of why I'm still interested in reacting to it today. And thank you for the super chat, Alpha. I don't know if I said that, but you think they will keep that antenna from the 90s? I hope not. I don't know why they have the antenna still on there. I was kind of surprised seeing those pictures that it was still there, but... Are you looking forward to driving one? Yeah, I'd be very curious. I really enjoyed test driving the Mustang Mach-E. Ford is not my cup of tea when it comes to interiors. And from the leaked picture I've seen of the F-150 Lightning interior, I'll pull it up here so you guys can see it. It looks kind of how I expected. It looked basically like the Mustang interior with that dial. I'm still not a fan of the dial, and the portrait mode isn't my thing, and I don't really care for having all these buttons and dials. But at my old Mandarin Ranch job I had for 4 years ago now, I had to drive an F-350 pretty regularly, and this looks very familiar. It's not far off from what the F-350 was like for me. So I get it. Some people want to make that transition to electric and they don't want to have to relearn everything. They just want a truck. That's what they're used to, and they don't want it to turn that many heads, and they don't want, I'm not saying that as a degrading, sarcastic comment. I literally mean it. Like, the Cybertruck is going to be a conversation starter. You can love it as much as you want, but I can almost guarantee you're probably going to get tired of people staring at you and asking questions wherever you go. And some people may love that because, I'm the kind of person that can talk about a Cybertruck all day. That's why I have a YouTube channel and a podcast to basically just rant about the Cybertruck all day. But a lot of people don't want that kind of attention. They don't want that type of look, and the aesthetics is just not going to work for them. And the interior of the Cybertruck is very different. So you want an alternative option that's going to fit into their traditional lifestyle a lot better. Physical buttons on the B-pillar was a bit of a yikes for me, along with the keyhole in the handle. Oh, the live stream has begun. This is music, so I'm going to mute it. Oh, they got a countdown going here. I will unmute the live stream once it begins. I just don't want to get music copyright claimed. I don't know if this is royalty-free music or whatever, but it's nice that they give us a countdown. That's appreciated. So yeah, you guys can see the whole thing, just a little bit of the chat on the side. It's on. I hate driving my VW T1. Literally everyone starts a conversation. This looks nice. It looks fancy. So you're not missing any talking. It's just music playing. It's very generic music, by the way. Not my favorite. But here we go. This is my first live reaction to a Ford event. I don't know how cringy this is going to be. I'll unmute it in just a second here. All right, we're crescendoing out. I've got it on the max resolution, which is 1080p. They're not streaming at 60 FPS. Dang it, Ford. Alrighty.
We brought the car.
Sorry, I'm not subscribed to the channel. Oh, we're doing a history lesson.
Then we built them a truck.
Is that Bryan Cranston? Who's talking?
A hard-working partner with an unbreakable handshake.
It does sound like Bryan Cranston, doesn't it?
The tool that turned American.
Do you guys know if they have a dedicated...
Into
Someone's
American
address was just
progress.
revealed. Do you think Tesla will ever make a more normal truck?
American spirit is a restless
I don't
storm.
think they'll have the supply chains for it. They're not going to be able to keep up with Cybertruck demand. My guess.
Driven by a century
I think
of innovation
Rivian should be very scared, honestly.
to help build a better.
No, we don't need a start button, Ford. I like how they're showing the prototype
It's time
Lightning.
to stop thinking about the future and get ready for today.
Stop thinking about the future. Well,
It's time
you gotta kind of plan.
to bring the lightning.
To bring the lightning. Okay. Built tough, but not of
Please
steel.
welcome Bill Ford,
Oh, wow.
Executive Chair, Ford Motor Company.
Let's hear what Bill has to say. There's tough, and then there's Cybertruck tough. This is not Cybertruck tough.
Well, good evening, and welcome to Dearborn, home of the Ford Motor Company. As we mark
Thank
this
you.
pivotal moment in our history, I'm so excited and proud to be joined by our employees, our UAW partners, our dealers, customers, media.
Well, the
and
dealers are
everyone
gonna
who's
love this
joining
thing,
us
aren't they?
around the world. Many of you have been part of the Ford family for generations.
My first
in many
car was a
ways,
Ford
this
Ranger,
event
for the record. So
and what you
I'm
will see tonight
a shareholder.
is a generational
I used to be a owner,
celebration.
not anymore.
More than a century ago, Dearborn became the epicenter of American ingenuity and progress.
My Ford
This
Ranger
is
crapped
where
out on me, by the way. Come
Industrial
on, Bill.
Revolution took hold. This is where we unlocked one of the most important rights we have in this country:
I'm getting Model Y
the
event
freedom to
vibes.
move and to pursue dreams. And Dearborn is where, 73 years ago, the first F-Series rolled off our assembly line.
73 years. Holy crap,
From the
that's
very
a
beginning,
long
the
time.
F-Series has always been more than just a truck. It became a symbol
It's a truck.
for American strength, endurance, and resilience. And that's why the F-Series has been the best-selling truck in the world for the past 44 years.
44 years? I didn't realize
Part
it
of
was
what
that
makes
long.
it so
Holy crap.
special is that we
That's
never
impressive.
stop working to make it even better. And when we committed to making an electrified truck, we set an
you.
incredibly high bar for success. It had to be good enough
For
to
success.
be called F-150.
Not range, though.
The F-150 is the world's most popular and trusted truck. And the F-150
Trusted, huh?
Lightning will be the smartest, cleanest F-150 ever.
It's so clean.
And it's pretty powerful. In fact, just yesterday, President
It's
Biden
pretty
was
powerful.
in Dearborn, and somehow he convinced the Secret Service to let him drive the truck on our test track.
I saw that.
He
Did
had
you
a
guys see that
blast,
clip of
and
Biden
he
driving
left
it?
some
It was
rubber on the
hilarious.
track. Now, there's no doubt that this truck is powerful, but it's
He's like,
also a
"This sucker's
showcase
quick."
of what's to come from Ford. We're just as dedicated to delivering for
That
our
wrap is not
customers
hiding any
as my
part of that design.
great-grandfather was
You know
when
exactly
he
what it
invented
looks
the
like.
assembly line over 100 years ago.
It's like wrapping the Cybertruck
That's
so we don't know what
today
it
is all
looks
about.
like.
Reinvention and improvement, forward and upward. Technology, not for its own sake, but to make people's lives better. As America's favorite vehicle is now electrified, this is a defining moment
Well,
for
next
our
year.
company, a watershed moment for our industry.
The only difference is
and
the
on
light
a personal
bar.
level,
Yeah.
it's really gratifying for me.
I think we have a lot of EV
It's a
pickups
truck
that are
will
going to
usher
stand out.
in a cleaner future
Ford
for
wanted
our
to blend
country.
in.
And it will fulfill our promise to our children and our grandchildren that our generation is committed to leaving them a cleaner planet.
Do car companies
2.5 years ago,
Are
we
car companies
celebrated the
serious,
100th
or are they doing
anniversary
it
of the
for good
Rouge.
publicity?
And I promised our employees that one day,
I think it's
when we
split.
built an all-electric F-150, we'd do it right here in Dearborn,
They're talking a lot about
which is
promises.
why we're building it at the Rouge, in a plant that is environmentally progressive
Rogue Electric
as the
Vehicle Center.
F-150 Lightning is itself. And the Rouge is more than just a factory. It's been a source of pride and
more than a
opportunity
factory.
for generations of workers. And when many in Ford wanted to abandon the Rouge as it fell into disrepair years ago,
Uh-oh.
I decided to make it the greenest plant in the country.
It's so green. We had to
The
paint it
F-150
green.
Lightning will be built in America
Good.
and for America, because Ford is built for America.
Right.
We employ more hourly
Mach-E is
workers
built
and
for
assemble
Mexico,
more
though.
vehicles in the U.S.
In Mexico,
than any other
for
automaker.
Mexico.
As I see so
I
many
think
of
there's
our
some people in the
employees here
company
tonight,
that actually
I'm
care,
reminded
and others that
they
probably
are what
don't.
makes us different, and they are what set us apart from other companies.
Does he care? I don't
and they
know.
will
Maybe.
continue our proud tradition of innovation at the Ford Motor Company. This is a historic day
We put a
for our
light
company.
bar on the front.
It's an important day for
It's
the
so
future
innovative.
of our country. And I am so proud to be able to share it with all of you. Thank you so much. And now, I'd like to introduce Gerald Karim,
Oh, no.
Vice President of our UAW Ford Department.
Someone else got
Gerald?
to talk now? Just show the truck. Do we need more people talking? Gerald, what's with these screens? There's like a bunch of lines down the display. Oh no, the audio. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mute it just for a second. Gerald wants to talk.
Thank you, Bill. I am so pleased to be here today for this exciting event with Bill, Jim, Linda,
You look
and
so
all of
excited.
you to announce the all-electric F-150 Lightning. As we all know, the F-Series is America's best-selling vehicle, and I know that our members
You just
are
said
so
that.
proud to be the workers whose hard work and dedication will build this vehicle of the future. And I want to recognize each and every one of them. I am so proud of my UAW brothers and sisters. I want to recognize Bill Ford for his early vision and focus on sustainability, and Jim
How early
Farley
is
for
it?
his dedication, forward-looking perspective on what the future of auto must be.
Model Y
Linda Zane,
Unveiling Ford
the engineer
Edition.
who worked with our UAW brothers and sisters to make this F-150 Lightning a world-class vehicle of the future.
How long are we in?
This is
We're 7 minutes
truly
in.
a partnership, a long-standing, strong partnership of
This is kind of
respect
what I was
and vision.
expecting with Ford.
And I'd also like to recognize
Taking their time.
UAW President Roy L. Gamble, a member of UAW Local 600, for his leadership on his home turf.
Is this
Region 1A Director Chuck Browning, as well as my top aide, Steve Zimmerler.
Is this
who
the
are with us here
Oscars?
tonight.
who else are
And
we
of
thanking?
course, Bernie Rickey of UAW Local 600 and Nick Catalis, chair of Dearborn Truck, and their officers and teams.
People are thankful.
Today's investment is not just an investment of technology and money. It is far more than that.
I
It
hope
is an
this event
investment
doesn't
in the
last more than an
future
hour.
of UAW Ford workers and their families.
Everyone in the
It
chat
is
is
an
saying,
investment
"Where's the
in
truck?"
Technologies that will create sustainability.
Come on.
Let me say a few words about the workers who come to work every day and put their talent and sweat
I'd
into
also like
building
to
the
thank my mom.
F-150. About 4,400 UAW represented hourly workers
my
build
goodness.
these vehicles.
I'd like to thank the floor
And
for
I know
always
my
being
brothers
there
and
when I
sisters
fall
believe
down.
in the work they do, forging vehicles that will contribute to the
I want to
better
thank my
future
shoulders
us
for
all.
being by my side.
As we look forward, as we look toward that future, much has been said about the transition
Let's see the specs
to
and
new
maybe the
technologies.
truck.
And we are all working our way through this monumental shift. We remain proud and excited to build this iconic F-150 Lightning.
Yeah.
On behalf
Even he's
of
kind of
the
having a hard
workers who
time
build
pronouncing
this
it.
new electric vehicle and our partners here this evening, we launch a new chapter of UAW Ford innovations and sustainability and good job.
This should be at the end.
Today is a good day for Ford, the UAW, and our nation.
And our stock.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the all-new F-150
150.
Lightning. Let's take a look.
All right, here we go. I might mute it if there's music.
By now, we've all heard a
Nope,
lot of
it's
talk,
Bryan Cranston again.
a lot of promises.
1, 2,
Brian, when are you going to be on Better Call Saul?
A lot of lengthy descriptions
Pre-production
about what
vehicle. Oh,
electric
there's a light
is.
bar.
4, 5.
We think it's time to see what
Ford
it
is
can do.
introducing
It's
actual
time
lightning
for
weather.
electric to turn into lightning.
Oh, there's the back. Oh, hey,
Electric
we got a
truck that
back
can
view.
match the ambitions of this nation.
Okay, it took him 10 minutes to unveil. That wasn't too bad.
That can haul
Whoa, it does kind of look
on
like a
both
Rivian.
ends.
With that light bar. A lot of space in the front. That's nice.
that shows up to the job site with an extensive resume.
Oh, thank you, Philip, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
That can help build your house.
Plug in all your tools, although gas trucks do that, but this one's got a big
And
battery.
if need be,
Ooh,
power
vehicle to
that
grid. That's cool.
house. That puts a big, ridiculous smile on your face every time you hit the accelerator.
It reminds me of every
That
other
feels like a bullet
Ford
train.
pickup truck, except it's electric this time.
Works like a freight train. The only EV quick enough, tough enough,
The only EV quick enough?
smart enough to carry our name. The only EV that's an F-150.
Tough enough.
Fully electric F-150 Lightning. Remember where you
I
were
like the
when you
look,
heard
actually.
about it.
Because you can't change it, you couldn't change it into something that looks like the Cybertruck. You want it to have that F-150 look to it. I'm going to mute the music. But yeah, seeing the drive around in actual environments, it looks pretty sweet. People in the chat are saying better than the Cybertruck. I'm like, no. I mean, for some, maybe. They've got footage of batteries going into it. Well, they still have a start button for some reason. Pre-production computer-generated vehicles shown. They're saying available spring of 2022. Okay. Should be hitting the market around the same time as the Cybertruck. Yeah, it's a powered frunk. That's cool. Oh, 4,000 pound payload capacity. That's nice. 9.6 volts. I can't see the... Up to 300 mile range, which is not wonderful. Ford Pass charging network. Why have I never heard of that? Do they just use Electrify America? Yeah, does this not have a vault to cover up the bed? Because that's pretty horrible for aerodynamics if you can't cover up the bed at all. Oh, do they actually have it there? That's the next thing I was going to say. They should actually have the vehicle there. They're still just playing music. They're not talking, by the way. Now it looks like they actually got it out. I think for wanting it to look futuristic and electric, but still keeping that F-150 iconic look, that's a good way to handle it. I dig it. Although this one has door handles, unlike the Mach-E. Oh, they're playing music louder. Man, that grill is pretty chonk, isn't it? It's the range of the normal F-150? Oh, I don't know. Probably in the 400s. I'm not sure. All right, music stops. People are cheering. They're happy. There it is.
Here it is, the all-new,
Here it is.
all-electric, all-capable F-150 Lightning.
Base
I'm
range
Linda
is not
Zhang.
great, but
Tonight feels like a dream come true for me. It's a dream that started
Linda's
when I
a
was
huge
8 years
F-150
old
fan, I
enrolled
guess.
in a car for the first time, just after my family moved to America.
yeah,
to
it does
start a
have
new
the
life.
antenna on it, doesn't it?
11 years after that day, I joined Ford when I was 19.
Those lights
And now
be flickering on
I
camera.
feel so fortunate to have led an amazing team.
I see
that
the
worked
antenna.
day and night for the past 3 years to create the truck of the future.
Someone throws a steel ball.
F-150 Lightning.
Yeah, I guess if you want a higher range pickup, Ford's just going to tell you to get a
Anything
gas
is
one.
possible when you dream big, and that's what we did. So let me tell you why
Dream
F-150 Lightning is like no other truck.
The chat is so mixed up.
Building on over a century.
People in the
of
chat
truck
are like,
know-how,
"Yay, I love it." And other
we
people are like, "I hate it."
unlocked the full potential of EV technology. And wherever we saw the opportunity to improve, we took it.
What about
Jim
range?
will tell you about the drive experience. But with its
I'm sure
low
it's fast,
center
though.
of gravity and perfect weight balance,
Ooh.
this is the best handling F-150 ever.
Best handling.
And
Okay.
it has the fastest acceleration of any F-150.
I would hope so. It's electric, yeah.
To harness that performance,
It better.
F-150 Lightning features 4 selectable drive modes: normal,
Wow, 4?
sport, off-road, and tow haul. And it's
Towing drive
always
mode,
4x4.
Nice.
Plus, the ownership experience
I'm guessing
is
dual
packed
motor?
with advantages only Ford EVs offer. You get revolutionary power.
How many
On the
Ford
go,
EVs are there?
Available features like enhanced Pro Power on board delivers up to 9.6 kilowatts. Available
And USB-C,
at
thank you.
21 charge points
It's
around
Type-C.
the truck, including 11 outlets, enough
Wow.
to power an awesome tailgate or an entire work site.
An entire
And at
worksite.
home,
11 outlets. That's pretty good.
Intelligent backup power makes the F-150 Lightning your own personal power plant, automatically
It is a power
powering
plant.
your house
The whole thing.
for 3 days during an outage.
It can power Las Vegas.
This is a first for an EV truck. There's
Vehicle to
storage
grid.
under the
Sweet.
hood like you've never seen before, and a standard full-size bed.
I like that look.
Inside, F-150
They should say more
Lightning
than just a
comes as
full-size bed. What does
Super
that mean?
Crew with plenty of room for 5.
Give us the numbers.
F-150 Lightning offers an ingenious array of connected, intelligent features.
Blue Cruise?
With enhanced zone lighting all around the truck, you can find your tools or light up your campsite. Available
Nice.
onboard scales analyze your payload. While Ford
That's impressive. I
Intelligent
like that.
Range pulls in factors like that payload alongside weather,
Oh, you're towing a
traffic,
boat. Your range
and
is 10
towing
miles.
information to accurately calculate your range.
I like that it adjusts the
And with
range, though.
Ford
They need to
Pass,
work on that
Power My
UI.
Trip will identify
You notice those
charging
screenshots
routes
aren't moving?
before even starting your journey.
Software
Not
could use some
only
work,
do you
I think.
get a 12-inch digital cluster, you can also get a massive 15.5-inch center screen.
That's massive,
running
huh? 15.
Sync 4A, which puts control of this connected truck.
They're proud of that
at
dial,
your
aren't they?
fingertips. Plus, a suite of new tools like Smart Hitch and Pro Trailer Hitch
Smart
Assist
Hitch.
means that towing doesn't need to be a 2-person job.
Ooh.
It's also the only electric pickup that's built Ford tough, dependable
does that mean?
and torture tested, with an all-new frame which uses the strongest steel ever in an F-150.
Okay. Strongest
This
steel in
is
an
a truck that
F-150.
can tow up to 10,000 pounds up a brutal hill in extreme
It's the
heat
only
or
pickup
cold.
that's built Ford tough.
Rugged underbody protection keeps the
Is another
battery
company
safe
gonna make something
with
Ford
metal
tough?
skid plates shielding both the battery and inboard motors from tough terrain. The battery itself is secure inside a waterproof casing surrounded
good.
by crash absorption
Oh, it'd
protection.
be bad if you couldn't drive it
which
through the puddle.
all adds up to excellent off-road performance.
All right.
This is the smartest, most innovative F-150 Ford has ever built, designed to bring our customers what we believe is the best driving and ownership
It's interesting
experience
that
on
they're-
the planet
Keep calling it the
with
best.
0 emissions.
If the range doesn't
I'll
go
hand it
over
over
300.
now to our president and CEO, Jim Farley, to tell you more. Thank you.
It's not Tesla tough. Yeah. What do what they mean? No other pickup truck on the market uses our trademarked name in their pickup truck durability. Something tells me the Cybertruck is more tough, but there's Jim.
Well, thank you, Linda. I also wanted to thank Bill Ford, Gerald Karim,
It'd
and
be
this
really bad if it was
incredible
not
team
waterproof.
that made this evening
That would be
possible.
horrible.
This is what passion of the Ford Motor Company can do.
So much passion.
This is American innovation. And this is a moment of tremendous pride for all of us at Ford. This revolutionary truck will be built just a couple of miles away from here at
You
the
guys
Rouge,
said
where
where
my
it would be built. You
grandfather
don't
and
need to
so
repeat
many
that.
others were proud to punch in every day, as Gerald said. You heard the specs and details from Linda. She's terrific.
They make the most
But
trucks.
I want to tell you what it actually feels like to drive this truck. You know, I've been lucky enough to be
I don't think
involved
it's
with
supposed
lots of
to wow
amazing
anyone,
vehicles in
really.
my career with a few brands. But this truck is totally different.
well,
Bill Ford and I
not
went to the test
totally.
track recently to drive an advanced prototype. And even though it was pretty close to the development of the F-150 Lightning, I was completely blown away. It's like no pickup truck I have ever driven.
well,
The
you've
driving
driven
experience
gas ones, I'm sure.
is a complete thrill. We're targeting 770 foot-pounds of torque and just under 600 horsepower. The 0 to
Don't say
60 for
under.
this truck is in the mid 4-second range.
Mid 4 seconds.
That's quicker than the Raptor. And it's a lot quicker than the original SVT Lightning performance truck.
Yeah, I bet it was.
But what makes it so unique is it's so quick, but it's super quiet inside. And
Whoa.
so smooth.
Electric
It's
motors
got
aren't as
totally
loud?
new independent rear suspension.
I didn't
As
know
Linda
that.
said, standard four-wheel drive and a very low center of gravity because of the batteries. It hauls ass and tows like a beast.
It holds my ass.
Metaphorically, it might as well have a Superman cape and a Captain America shield.
Oh, don't say that. That's
Now, if you lose power at home, like the ice storms in Texas, the F-150 Lightning will power your house for day upon day upon day.
and then the
And
range
it's all
won't be able to
seamless
take it
and
anywhere.
controlled through your phone on the Ford Pass app.
It's a little
And then
faster than
there's the
the
mega
Model Y
power
dual
front.
motor, yeah.
It's a whole new automotive term. You press a button, and the whole front of the truck opens.
I like that it's powered.
And it's amazing. 400 liters of space, 400 pounds of payload up there, 4 plugs
I'm not sure if
to
the
power your
Cybertruck front will
tools
be powered.
at a work site, your Traeger grill, your flat screen TV, your mini fridge at the tailgate. And the cabin is a perfect blend of luxury. No one does luxury like the F-150.
No one does
Technology
luxury
and lots
like
of
the
clever
F-150.
And
What?
boy, do we have technology.
Technology.
Including a true hands-free highway driving system we call Ford Blue Cruise.
Okay, so it's got Blue
The
Cruise.
F-150
That's what I
Lightning
expected.
will just get better and better every day, every month, every year.
It needs
with
the Captain
over-the-air
America
updates
shield, of
that
course.
We call Ford power-ups. They'll fix bugs, continually improve the user experience, and add completely new features and technologies. Now, range will never be a concern with this truck.
What?
You charge it overnight.
Don't
and with
say
the extended
never.
range batteries, we put as standard dual onboard chargers.
If
to
you're
make the
towing
charging go really
10,000
fast.
pounds, range is going to be a
And you roll
concern.
out in the morning with the electric equivalent of a full tank of gas.
That's
And if you
The
need to
electric
charge on the go, you'll have access to the largest public charging network in North America, thanks to Ford. Now, a lot of
Rolls-Royce
people
has
think
nothing
with
on
all of that,
F-150.
all of those features, all that capability, all that technology, that this would be a 6-figure trophy truck.
No, I don't think
And I'm
anyone
proud
thought
to say-
it'd be 6-figure.
We worked really hard, and this F-150 Lightning starts at just under
Ooh,
$40,000.
not even 39,900. 39,974. That's before the dealer markup. But okay,
And that's
Sawyer Merritt was
before
correct.
You get your federal or state tax credits.
Yeah,
And if you're a commercial
if you're in
customer,
California, that'll
we
knock
have an
about $9
F-150
grand off.
Lightning just for you. It offers the lowest cost of ownership of any truck we've ever made. It needs
It
less
is probably
maintenance, it has
insanely low
40%
cost of
less
ownership.
moving parts and powertrain. And of course, you never have to stop at the gas station.
Thank God.
But this is just one part
Wait.
of the Ford plan.
Oh my God, there's
as
more.
Bill said, to lead the electric revolution.
There's the Mach
Let's
E
take a look.
GT.
So right next to me
There's a van?
is the Mustang Mach-E that has redefined the American muscle car for the electric era. People see it,
I do think
drive
it's a
it,
pretty good-looking car.
and then they buy it. 70%
I drove
of
it
the
and I
people
didn't
who
buy
have
it for-
ordered the Mustang Mach-E are brand new to Ford. Now, for all of you here tonight who really like speed,
Should just make
this
a
is your
normal
lucky
electric
day,
Mustang.
because this is the new GT performance version of the Mustang Mach-E. It's much faster than the.
I believe they had
the one that
already
we've
announced the
launched.
Transit van was
It
getting
looks
an
great.
electric version.
It is fantastic to drive. And over there,
I didn't know much about
is the
it.
backbone of business, the most innovative, ingenious version of the #1 commercial van, not just in the U.S. but in the world.
You Tesla
Now, that
fanboys?
E-Transit will launch later this year
Tesla buys those.
here and in Europe.
Tesla uses
And
those
there's the
vans for their
F-150
service
Lightning.
vehicles.
Now, this truck represents
Would they buy the
all
electric
that
version?
our country can do when we push for progress, as Bill said.
I want to
So
see
that's the
the
end of the show.
inside of the bed.
But frankly, it's just the beginning of a whole new era.
Oh, is that
Ford.
it?
Please take a look at this closing video. And for more information to
I like
reserve
how there's a
your
guy in the
F-150
Mach-E.
Lightning, you got to go to Ford.com. It's only going to cost you $100 to make a reservation. So thank you for sharing this
$100
incredibly
reservation, of
special
course.
evening with all of us. Good night and thank you.
That's it. Wow, 30-minute event. All right, I'll mute it for the music. All right, so pretty much what I was expecting. My leak video has aged pretty well, I would say. So I'm grateful I can leave it up. We got some extra footage of it here. Lots of different outlets to plug into. I love that the front is powered. That's dope. Interior's not my favorite. Exterior's pretty good in regards to just, you know, they want to keep that iconic F-150 look. I don't blame them wanting to not do anything too drastic, but the light bar and the stretched out brake light on the back makes it pretty recognizable. So if you're looking at a suite of F-150s, if you're looking at a bunch of them, you can suddenly tell which one is the electric one, which I like. So much fluff and empty word. Yeah, that definitely didn't need to be 30 minutes. But, I mean, as far as event reactions go, 30 minutes is pretty dang short. I'll look at the website to see if there's some more information or some more fine print we can look at. There's so many people like, well, that sucked. I think, I still think I'll stand by what I said in my video. Ford prioritize the right things, in my opinion. They're probably, I saw a few people speculating this, they're probably reusing a lot of parts from the pre-existing F-150 supply chains, because it does look very similar, I agree. Little interior things like the steering wheel or interior choices or the bed or the exterior panels and stuff, a lot of that is probably reused from other F-150s, which allows them to make a price point pretty dang reasonable, in my opinion. Tesla should not be worried, okay? That's not up for discussion. We're not saying Cybertruck's in trouble, Cybertruck's going to tank, no one's going to want to buy a Tesla. You know what I actually hope is that all of this hype and all of this excitement that Ford is going to generate from the F-150 Lightning encourages Tesla to get their Cybertruck update out sooner and can encourage them to tweet out more info about the Cybertruck. Range, not great. Price is pretty good, though, especially if you consider this still qualifies for the federal tax credit, which is pretty awesome. No, you can't look at where I am. What is it? What? No, don't look at me. So we can reserve one now. We've got some more pictures. These are the pictures Sawyer Merritt got. I didn't see these. These are new. Starting spring of 2022. Expand your definition of what a truck can be. Yeah, it's, you know, it looks like a normal truck. It's interesting they got vehicle to grid, though. Be prepared for what nature throws at you. Available Ford Intelligent backup power. The 80 amp Ford Charge Station Pro, man, that's a mouthful. Okay. The 80 amp Ford Charge Station Pro allows you to use your truck as backup power source to your home during a power outage. The power transfer can be triggered automatically or manually based on customer preference. When home is properly equipped and home transfer switch disconnects home from the grid. And I'm wondering, is that included? Because Sawyer Merritt was talking about that as well. Do you get the Charge Station Pro when you buy one, or is that, like, how does that work exactly? Okay, 2 motors by default, I think. I'm pretty sure all the F-150 Lightnings come with 2 motors. I don't know. I don't see. Okay, here's an interesting subject. Cybertruck, we should honestly just say, is about the same. Cybertruck, I mean, not the same. Cybertruck is in its own separate realm. Like, if you're a Cybertruck guy and you like the design of that truck, nothing's going to convince you otherwise. I know that because I'm in that department. I love the Cybertruck. I love the design. I love the practicality and the utility. I just know there was really nothing Ford could have unveiled today that would question that. But if you're not the Cybertruck type of guy, you're not a fan of the super futuristic interior and the Blade Runner-esque design, you're looking for an electric pickup that looks more normal, that fits into your daily life pretty well. You don't have a ton of options. I mean, you've now got the F-150 Lightning or the Rivian R1T. And the Rivian R1T, for those who don't remember, still starts at like, you know, some crazy amount. It's like $70,000. It's pretty up there. And it's from a startup company, and I believe the R1T is a bit smaller than the F-150 Lightning in terms of specs. I'll go to the configuration page here so we can take a look. But deliveries for the Rivian, if you didn't get the Adventure package. Okay, I guess the Explorer package is a little bit under 70 grand, probably approaching 60. But I personally, just looking at it, I think the F-150 Lightning is bigger, and it's going to be equipped with Blue Cruise. It's coming from an established automaker, so there's a bit more reliability to go off of. It's crazy that it says it goes up to around $90,000. What options to this thing are going to bring it up to 90 grand? Wow. That's crazy. What from what I've heard from the from leakers is that the extended range option, the XLT, will use what will be about $53,000, but the 230-mile range is for the base price. So obviously they're trying to hide that best they can here. Doesn't Cybertruck start at 250 miles? Not that far off. Yeah, Cybertruck's entry model is going to be 250, but I personally have the assumption that entry model Cybertruck is not going to make it to production. Also, keep in mind the entry model Cybertruck is a single motor. It's not all-wheel drive. This one is all-wheel drive standard, I believe, unless I'm missing something. The biggest advantage Ford has over Tesla is the fact that they can mass produce a vehicle, and we know that they actually make the car within the next decade. Well, Tesla can do those things too. I would say the biggest advantage is that Ford is able to retain a healthy profit margin over all of their other pickup trucks, so they can price this truck way lower than Tesla probably can, despite it. I'm guessing the F-150 Lightning costs quite a bit to make. It's going to be similar to the Mach-E, where because Ford is making so much money from other vehicles, they don't have to ensure so much profitability on their EV option. They said up to 300 miles, so bet that'll make it to 60K. Oh, what the heck is going on? Oh, it's just autoplay. Sorry. It's like the live stream started playing music, and I was like, what the heck? But yeah, I think Ford is fitting into a demographic that there wasn't much presence in yet, which was a traditional affordable electric pickup truck with average range. I won't say terrible range, but there wasn't many automakers going for an electric pickup truck that was at a reasonable starting price. The Cybertruck was basically the cheapest entry price we had seen, but that's a single motor rear-wheel drive. But plus Blue Cruise, extended range, tow package, etc. Give me 90K. Yeah, I want to see a configurator of some kind. Did they give us one? Stop asking. Maybe they won't let me configurate unless I put in a place order. First shipments in spring of 2022. So yeah, this should probably hit the market around the same time as the Cybertruck, which is interesting. And it's definitely closer to the production model than the Cybertruck is because it has side view mirrors. Cybertruck still doesn't. And it has... Wait, where are the gear stocks? Am I missing something? Let me see the inside more. Maybe it was just a weird angle, but I couldn't see them. Where are the gear stocks? Switch. Is it just behind the steering wheel and I can't see it for some reason? I don't know. I don't see it. Click on reservations explained. Well, I'm guessing that's just them saying, oh, it's refundable. Online reservation Q&A. Can I make changes? You will be able to make changes. Can I select the Ford dealer? Yes. All these questions that no one has. You can cancel your reservation at any time and receive a full refund. So, ordering for the F-150 Lightning will begin in fall of 2021. You will be notified prior to when ordering windows open to finalize and confirm your selection. So it doesn't sound like the configurator is live where you can customize what different prices. Oh, here you go. Down here we have a bit more info. More equipped mid-series XLT starts at $52,900. I'm guessing that's the 300-mile variant based on what Sawyer Merritt was saying. But yeah, I'm wondering where they're getting all those. How does it go all the way up to 90K? What's going to make it go up that much? Ford puts the shifter in the center. Well, what about the blinker, though? It really keeps asking for a location. I do not want to tell you where I am, Ford. Gear stock is probably on left side. Gear stock on right is replaced with the dial. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Select Ford dealership next. The Rivian has a higher towing capacity by 1,000 pounds, but for me, that's not worth it for the difference in price. No, I don't think it's worth it either. And let's be honest, both the Rivian starts at 300 miles. This one for probably about 53,000. Let's just assume with the dealer markup, it's probably close to 55. And that's before federal tax credit. This is objectively cheaper than the Rivian for about the same range. And probably a bigger bed. Do they have tech specs? Pro Trailer Assist. Helps you hook up your trailer more easily by automatically controlling the steering wheel, throttle, and braking to align the hitch ball and trailer coupler. That's cool. I want to see that in real life. You guys see that? Sorry, my face keeps covering it up. All the driver needs to do is hold down a button and control the gears. The driver is then alerted to help ensure that the coupler is high enough to clear the hitch ball. Once the two are aligned, the truck stops, and you lower the trailer onto the tow ball. Okay. Rivian has tank mode. Yeah, when are you going to use that? I like the onboard scales. Smart Hitch is designed to help you easily load trailers and practice safe towing. Measures the tongue weight of a trailer being connected to help the customer distribute trailer weight correctly. After the trailer is set up in the center touchscreen, Smart Hitch calculates its appropriate tongue weight and provides guidance on weight distribution or hitch overloading on the screen in the Ford Pass app. Okay. That sounds useful. I could see a lot of people taking advantage of the trailer stuff, but it's just that base model range is going to be so terrible if you end up towing anything. I wouldn't say it's the best EV. I won't go that far. But I'll say I'm surprised. I was not anticipating Ford to make it this affordable. And I thought they were going to go with a more high-range, high-price demographic, but I'm actually very glad they didn't because Hummer is already kind of doing that, and Rivian is already doing that, and the fact that the F-150 is going after a different market, I really appreciate. Tesla will have software screen with pinch corners. Okay, good for them. 90K for 350 miles? I'm hoping range goes up, but they don't want to announce till later. I would love if that was the case too. I just don't see any reason why you would hesitate to announce that. There's not really much of a benefit to telling people a lower range than what you're actually going to hit. But to be fair, the Mustang Mach-E actually got a higher EPA estimated range than Ford was saying. So when they say 300, I bet they're going to hit 300 by the EPA. I just wonder about the aerodynamics of it because I know having that big open bed on the back is not really good for aerodynamics. And there's no cover. Like, there's no vault or anything to cover up that bed like the Rivian has. Or the Cybertruck has. Considerably more expensive in Canada. Well, yeah, everything is. Why did Ford say they have the biggest charging network in America? Did they say that? I don't believe that's true either. Yeah, knowing that this thing will pretty much never be able to display over 300 miles of range, I think is going to be the biggest compromise But for someone who's part of the Ford, you got to remember Ford sells more pickups than anybody. Dealer name. I don't want to enter dealer name. $7,500 potential federal tax credit. They're like, oh, that might change. 2022 though. You missed drive modes. It automatically adapts to the driving environment, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I would expect the car to do that. Yeah, selectable drive modes can help you maintain control over a variety of terrains and road conditions. So what's the point in having all these drive modes if it'll automatically switch to them? Just be like, hey, it optimizes for driving. I don't know. What if I want to go normal off-road? I guess they let you. Oh, it's the largest public network. That's how they get away with it. Tesla superchargers are not a public charge network, so that's how they can say that. Personally, I'd get the Tesla truck, but everyone I know would pick this truck if they had to choose between the two. Yeah, I could think of some probably people that aren't as tech-oriented as I am. Like, I'm a big fan of having, like, no dials, no buttons, and just one big screen on the inside and a yoke and no gear stocks. Like, I'm the type of guy that could get used to that, but a lot of pickup truck people I know are not the type that would get used to that. And I don't think Tesla should be worried. I feel like the Cybertruck people are still going to prefer the Cybertruck after looking at this. But the companies that should absolutely be worried is Rivian and why was I going to say Lucid? Lordstown. Lordstown Motors pickup is not going to have much going for it over the F-150 Lightning that I can think of. Yeah, the base range is 230, but Cybertruck's base range is 250, and that's a single motor. So it's not terribly different, except I believe Ford will actually launch the 39K model. I have little faith that Tesla will launch the 40K Cybertruck. Why would Fisker and Lordstown have any chance against the legacy car makers? The car companies won't survive. Yeah, I'm trying to think of why someone should go with a Rivian over this, other than maybe they could justify the 400-mile range option. Max packs an extra 10 grand. Yeah, that's like a $70,000 pickup though, and I believe them all. I've seen a few in-person videos of the Rivian, and it's a pretty small bed. F-150 seems a lot larger. Steadycamp says, I hope this steals some Cybertruck reservations to improve my position in line. That's funny. Not crazy about the portrait mode screen with dial. Feels like 70s futuristic. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea either. That's not my interior preferred, but I know people that would prefer that interior, I think, to the Cybertruck interior at least. This is going to be a lot more approachable to the everyday pickup truck owner, I think, than the Cybertruck interior will be. And options are good. We like having options. Oh, man, what did I just activate? Gallery mode. How do I exit this? Oh, my God. What have I done? Oh, there's a big X in the corner. Yeah, that looks pretty similar. That screen behind the steering wheel is a lot bigger than the Mach-E steering wheel interior, which is good because I thought that was kind of stupid. I was like, I'm not completely against having a screen behind the steering wheel if you want it, but it should at least be a lot more visible. The Mach-E screen was so narrow. It looked like a phone. It was so narrow. Rivian bed is 4.5 feet. Yeah, that's pretty small. What's the F-150 bed? F-150 is definitely more like a work truck. Oh, Todd McKinnon just put in his reservation. Congratulations. I hope you like it. I hope they come out to these on time. Blue Cruise seems interesting. I believe they have to be, pre-qualified sections of highways. So it's like where it works pretty well, but there's not going to be a ton of places it works, likely. I like the screen in front for speed. Yeah, I know a lot of people that would. This is a much better screen to have behind the steering wheel. I'm still also not a huge fan of having a button for an EV. I just don't see the point. Sorry, the lighting is getting all wacky on me. But yeah, I guess the software between the Mach-E and this is going to probably be pretty similar. I'm not a fan of this layout. I think they need to rearrange a few things. They need to ditch the dial, What's funny is that dial is going on top of a display. There's actually pixels behind that dial. I saw someone talk about the dial itself is actually like behind that dial. There's like cursors, and they attach it to the display with adhesive. So if you really, really wanted to, you could probably just pop that thing off. But don't do that. That's not advice from me. I'm glad you can control it from the phone, though. That makes sense. But for a legacy automaker that's known for making pickup trucks, I would say this is a good addition. We need more affordable electric pickups. There were too many Rivians and Hummers of the world, and the fact that Ford is willing to go down the affordable route is a good thing. I'm glad they're doing that, and I hope they can bring it to market soon. I hope that the excludes platinum models. I'm trying to look at the fine print here. EPA targeted range reflecting current status based on analytical projection consistent with US EPA combined driving cycle. Yeah, okay, we get it. Lithium batteries age, we know. Rivian looks too feminine. The Ford truck will be perfect for the cool government employee. There you go. Typical bed is around 5 to 6 feet. Yeah, they didn't exactly say what the bed was. I'm guessing based on Ford saying that it's a full-size bed, I'm guessing that means it's like 5.5 or 6 feet. But I haven't seen a tech spec sheet that says exactly how big it is. 39.9K is for commercial stripped-down version. Yeah, I don't know if it's commercial version. I'm pretty sure anybody will be able to get that one if you want it. There's a lot of weekend warriors that are not going to need a range super high, which I think will make it very practical for a certain demographic. It's not a huge demographic. Like when Tesla opened up Cybertruck reservations, they got a huge influx of orders for the dual and tri-motor variants, and they didn't see much demand for the single motor. But the fact that this one has, you know what's funny? They list that it has 4 wheels. 4 wheels. Who knew? Our pickup truck has 4 wheels. Take that. This is Ford tough. I don't think Cybertruck can say it's still technically cheaper because this qualifies for federal tax credit and the Cybertruck doesn't. That could change. But I'm also, like, Tesla has very rarely hit their promised price point. Whenever they unveil something and they say it's going to cost a certain amount, the actual production model always ends up costing a few grand more. So the fact that the 53K version of this goes 300 miles, I could see the dual motor Cybertruck costing a little bit more than 50K, just based on how the Model 3 and Model Y went. Cybertruck needs to offer a power frunk and vehicle power to home in the update. Yeah. Check the reservations GAQ page. GAQ. Sorry, my lighting is freaking out. Hold on. Turn on a light so y'all can see me. Okay. Reservations explained. Disclosures. Oh, John DeLing, thank you for the super chat. So which movie will Ford sponsor to market this truck? A Transformer movie, perhaps? Fast and Furious, next sequel? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I would say a Transformer movie or a Fast and Furious. Yeah, those are good. Those are good guesses. You stole them right off the tip of my tongue. That makes sense. I'm not exactly sure where these are different from what I saw before. Is the front light bar street legal while driving? I think so. I don't think that's illegal. It's probably not as bright as the side lights, but when it comes to exterior design, yeah, they basically did the cheapest, easiest possible thing they could. There was a Tesla in Deadpool 2. Well, I don't think that was advertising. That was probably just coincidental. Tesla hits their price targets. They just don't release the cheaper. Not necessarily. I mean, I remember them saying, when they first unveiled the dual motor Model Y, they said it would be $51K, and now I think it's $51,500. and for a while it was 53. It took them a while to get it down again. It will influx a bit. And they also said the Model 3 would start at 35K, and it doesn't. It starts at 39 now or something. Let's see. But that's a good question, John. What's another movie they would sponsor? I'm trying to think of one. You think Tesla will buy the transit van? That would be funny. It would make more sense for their mission to buy the electric transit van instead of the gas-powered one. I've seen several of the gas-powered Tesla vans. It's like, what? What are you doing? Cybertruck light bar is high beams. Oh, interesting. I don't know if that's legal. This is probably more appealing to construction companies and independent contractors because they can easily add things to the bed and all the bed storage solutions those trucks have. Yeah, it took safe to say, colorizer. Cost of ownership, preserve now, productivity. Model lineup? Stop asking. Oh, here we go. This might answer my question. F-150 Lightning XLT. On-set and matte and grill, signature, front lighting, cloth seating. Coming soon. The commercial-oriented truck with the ultimate partner for your business. The Lariat. Oh, and the Platinum. I hope they don't make the 300-mile range one exclusive to these two. That would suck. We got a gallery. So they got 4 trims? 22-inch bright machined aluminum wheels. 20-inch dark carbonized gray wheels. Huh. The entry model starts at, yeah, we know that. XLT up to around 90. Yeah, you're just posting things in the chat we already know. Productivity. Targeted 10,000. Okay. Hopefully it actually hits that. 2,000 pounds of maximum payload capacity. That is a bit lower than the Cybertruck, which is kind of interesting. Powerful acceleration. Mid 4-second range. Okay. Yeah, they really didn't have much of a solution for the tri-motor Cybertruck. If you're in the market for a 500-mile range Cybertruck, there's nothing really this has over that, which is a bit of a downside, I guess, but they're going for value, I guess. You know, they're like, well, if you want 500 miles, get the gas one. So this is a working man's truck. That's why it's going to do really well. Well, it's not the working man's truck who plans on towing great distances. That's probably going to be its biggest downfall. And not having a higher range variant is probably going to prevent a few people from upgrading. Lordstown truck isn't exactly butch either. Don't think newer. Oh, okay, that's gone. He retracted it. This will appeal to more traditional pickup truck buyer. Yeah, for someone who doesn't do road trips a ton of the time, I think will find this very appealing. And I think they did a good job with the pricing. I am fine with the exterior design, and I hope they sell a bunch of them. And I hope Rivian and Lordstown can stand a chance against them. That's kind of important. So Bollinger has no chance after this event. Yeah, all the other non-Tesla EV companies are probably going to struggle with this on being available. A lot of people are going to opt for this, I think. Cybertruck, I don't think, is threatened at all. I think anybody who is into the Cybertruck is probably still going to be interested in this, but there will probably be a handful of people on Twitter that is like, no, I hate the Cybertruck now. I'm getting myself a F-150 Lightning. So there you have it. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the super chats. Do you know if the Cybertruck is going to sell well with or without paint options? It doesn't need paint options. Trust me. The people who like the Cybertruck are not in it for the color. They're in it for the durability. They want to be able to drive that thing anywhere and not have to worry about paint scratches and dents. And this truck is going to have to still worry about those things. But it sounds like most people buying the Cybertruck are probably opting for the dual or tri-motor. So they kind of serve different markets overall. Anyway, appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Hope you